Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Detroit Lions and the Atlanta Falcons. And it's coming up next.
A dazzling facility located here in the heart of Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And away we go at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Here's Avery Williams on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So out had the Falcons for their first possession. And leading them out is a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. Out of your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game, but he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana, and I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL.
Second down now, 7 to go. Play action, here's Penix. Completes, it's Bijan Robinson. He'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Third down, it's Penix. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
So with the Falcons set to punt on fourth, on comes Bradley Pinion. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60 plus. So now it's the Lions' turn to head out for the first time on offense. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
Kate, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback, a guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills, and it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain a lot of success in this league. Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Running it with David Montgomery. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. Just getting back to the line, and now they have to figure out a 3rd and 13.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Falcons take over after returning it inside the red zone. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. The caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
Onto the field comes the Atlanta offense for the second time. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3-and-out to begin this game. Penix now on first down. Pitts brings it in. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 3 now. Penix working from the gun. This one's caught. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons parlay the interception into points. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So a nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
Young Hui Koo on for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Craig Reynolds to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Lions headed out for their second drive of the game. And they got off on the wrong foot here with that opening drive interception that led to points the other way.
Yeah, and what this defense has shown is they are going to capitalize on your mistakes, and not just a little, but by a lot. So from here on out, you better play some mistake-free football because this defense is hunting for more.
That's complete to Sam Laporta. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 32 on that play. And that gives the Lions the first.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On first down, they'll run with Montgomery. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They go play action with Goff. Connects on one to Jamison Williams. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Goff on first and 10. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. D. Alford getting there for the stop.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. That's Matthew Judon in on the tackle. Only a couple of yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Goff on third. Connects with Montgomery. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. We're all set to bring you the second quarter. Lions well within striking distance. They'll run here. It's Montgomery. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Goff. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions start to fight back with their first points of this game. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions tie this game 7-7. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. On the return, here's Ray McLeod. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Penix. Throw left side is caught by Pitts. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, his big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
Penix facing a 3rd and long. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Just excellent effort on that catch and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Penix here from the gun. Finds his target, Robinson. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Motioning the tight end now. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Falcons will have a first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. The Falcons driving for a score and a halftime lead. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. Cut near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. A very productive play from the rookie QB out of Washington. That gets them a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Robinson is in for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons get some late points and the lead. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Koo on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Reynolds with a return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. It's taken in by Williams. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. They put a receiver in motion here left. On first down, it's Goff. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Goff. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the shotgun, Goff. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
3rd and long for him here. He finds Laporta. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that gives the Lions the first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They've got first down from the 31. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Jake Bates out for the Lions field goal try. This from 48 on the left hash. Bates' kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. A final throw before the break. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. It was the former Longhorn Bijan Robinson who was tough to stop in that first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. With that, the two squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Ewer.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Reynolds with a return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here comes the offense for Detroit to begin the second half. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. First down throw from Goff. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Running on second with Montgomery. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Throw complete to Williams. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That's good for 7 yards. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
From the gun, Goff. Short pass brought in. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
It's Montgomery on the counter. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
This defense may have been headed the wrong way initially on that counter run, but they never lost contain. As that play shifted back, they flowed with it and caught him before he could break it up the sideline.
Staying on the ground with Montgomery. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Williams coming in motion right. Goff now on 3rd down. He has the first over the middle, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
They're set up at the 35 now. Williams coming in motion right. Goff on 1st and 10. Taken in by Williams outright. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Goff setting to throw. Pass is caught. That's Tim Patrick. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives the Lions the first.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Goff back to throw. This one's caught. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Third and 4 coming up now. Throwing from the gun. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions take the lead right away in half number 2. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired, but that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions push their lead to 3. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Falcons ready for their next possession. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight?
Got a man, it's Drake London. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. It's a gain of 12 there. And it's good for an Atlanta first down. So we're through 3 here. It's Falcons football. A nice little help for them as they trail entering the quarter. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10, around to Robinson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Penix working from the gun. That one's complete to London. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Penix here from the gun. That's caught for the first. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Robinson on the inside give. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. To the air with Penix. Pitts brings it in. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. An option give to Robinson. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Younghoe Koo out for the field goal. Pressure hanging over this kick. This from 48 on the left hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they've tied it up late in the 4th.
The prospect of overtime now, Kate's right on the horizon thanks to that field goal. His mindset, though, well, it's the same as all his teammates out there who are about to take the field. Let's go get this ball back. Let's find a way to win this thing in regulation.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Here's Raymond on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Lions headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Gong. Quick slant, that's Williams. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Lions with a little more work to do to win it here. First down, ball at the 36. Goff to the air now. Finds Laporta. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. Setting up to pass. Laporta with the grab. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. And that's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line to gain.
Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. Got Williams, and it's complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Now the Lions calling a timeout, their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Brought in right side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. This is Montgomery running right. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at 2nd. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They'll run again with Montgomery. And he's going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him. The Falcons take a timeout to their final 1. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Montgomery now up the middle. And this defense continuing to erase the ground game. This one stopped at the line. No gain on the run, so they're left with 4th and 7.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
An important attempt coming up here for Jake Bates. He'll try to connect on a 50-yarder. It has enough leg, and it's good from deep. And that, folks, is your game winner.
That kick was a heck of a distance, but with the adrenaline that you know he had flowing through him in that moment, it helped give him all the drive he needed to send the game winner through.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Here he is to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Brought in inside the 20. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the red zone. So the Lions get the win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say goodbye from Atlanta.